everyone, so I just finished filming my intro to the series, so if you don't know what this series is or you want to kind of hear me talk about the series for this year, I will link that below. Make sure you go check it out. It's kind of long, it's about 10 minutes, but I go into depth. I kind of give you a little update and let you know what's going on, so make sure you guys go check that out if you haven't seen that yet. But this video, today's first video, is all about prosthetics. Now, I decided to do the first video to be all about prosthetics because in the Halloween series, I use a ton of prosthetics. I make a ton, I do a ton of things with it. And at the end of this video, I'll also give you a short, sped-up tutorial on how to create a latex prosthetic. I'll do it on my hand, so you won't really see my face, but because I don't want to do it on my face. I just took a shower and I don't want to do that. But I do have the prosthetics so far that I've used, that I've made, here with me. I'm also going to get into products and what you can use. And I have my big box of Halloween fun right here, which has like false lashes and all the stuff that I've used for my Halloween tutorials in it. So there's some things in here that I have to show you that go along with the whole prosthetic thing. So I'm going to jump right into it, and yeah. So basically, to make a prosthetic, you need latex. Now, a lot of people, surprisingly, don't know that you can purchase liquid latex, which is what you need to make a prosthetic, at your local Halloween store. If you have a Spirit Halloween, they should have one. Pretty much any Halloween store is going to have one. There is one Halloween store that I cannot think of the name of, that's not really super popular, not popular, it's a good Halloween store, it's a big one, but it's not well known like Spirit Halloween is, that actually sells Mayron products, that sells Mayron liquid latex, Mayron stage blood, all that stuff. But most Halloween stores, like Spirit Halloween, have their own brand of liquid latex. Liquid latex basically is what it's named. It's latex that is liquid, that when it dries, I actually made you guys a little sample so you could see. This is dried liquid latex, okay? You can see it's rubbery, it's a little bit sticky. It's basically rubber, okay? It's hard to rip. Well, when it's thick like this, if you put a thin layer on, it'll rip pretty easily. But it's, you know, rubber, it's thick, it adheres to the skin when you put it on. If I put this on my face when I was wet, actually, technically what I could do is I could take the liquid version, the liquid of it, put some on the back and stick it to my face, let it dry, and it would stay there. But this is what liquid latex looks like when it dries, okay? Which is a big deal. Like, if you have a bottle of liquid latex, you need to make sure you keep it closed all the time because it will get a thin layer of it, and you may think like, oh, a thin layer's not that bad. But if every time you use it, you're getting a thin layer, you're going to go through it pretty quickly. Now, Spirit Halloween is kind of expensive. This bottle was $16.99. That is quite a bit of money for a bottle of liquid latex, but I'm going to be an idiot and go back and purchase another bottle just so I have it, because I want to specialize. Let's go off on a quick tangent. I want to specialize in special effects makeup when I grow up. That's what I want my career to be. You know, everybody else wants to do pretty, TV makeup, and I want to go and make people look as scary as they possibly can and change people's appearance so that they look nothing like themselves. So I will probably be doing a lot of tutorials that require liquid latex. Hopefully. I'm hopefully going to start doing that. But anyways, this is what a bottle of liquid latex looks like. You can hear it. It's white. It's kind of like milk looking. I have, let's see if I can find it. I have this much left. So I have quite a bit left. But you can use it as an adhesive to apply other things. You can use it as a, to make a prosthetic, which is basically like a mask or an add-on. You know, when you go into a Halloween store or Target Halloween section or Walmart Halloween section, and you can buy those pre-made where it's like the burns and you like attach it and you put like the makeup to blend it into your skin like that. That's a prosthetic. Now, you can purchase that and have a pre-made one, or you can make one that will specifically fit to your skin, look exactly the way you want it to look, and it'll be customizable, and it'll also be reusable, just like the other ones are. It'll be a little bit more fragile because it's not, you know, mass-produced, it's not made perfectly. You're going to put it on your skin, then taking it off, and then putting it back on. So it will be a little bit different than using a regular one, and it might feel different than one that you can purchase, but it'll fit specifically to your face. Now, one video that I did, and I'll put in a picture of the video of the finished look. That was the clown makeup that I did. It's a killer clown look, and this is the prosthetic. Each prosthetic has its own Ziploc baggie, and it's labeled. This one says Killer Clown Burn Prosthetic Halloween 2012. And here's what the prosthetic looks like. Now you can see it's a bit wrinkly, and this is what the back of it looks like that goes against the skin. And here's what it is. What I did was, and I'll give you a quick background on all of the prosthetics. I used liquid latex. I used toilet paper. So what you do is you take, and I'll put, like I said, there'll be a little clip in the end. You take liquid latex, apply a layer to skin. Put a piece of 1-ply toilet paper on top. Put more liquid latex on top. And you keep layering and layering and layering. And while it's still wet, you can take, let me see if I have it. You can take a spatula like this, and you can push it around so it looks like an open wound, so it looks like skin is moved and stuff. So you do that, and then I put foundation on top of it to give it skin color, so you can see the edges look like skin. And then I took this, which is really cool. It's even more cooler, is that even grammatically correct? I don't think it is. Something even cooler than coagulated blood, which there are different forms of blood, which I will show you quickly, just so you can understand how they work with prosthetics. This is regular theatrical stage blood. You can see it's kind of thick, but it moves around. I'll take a bit of it, put it on the back of my hand. So you can see it just drips out, but then it runs. It'll end up drying, but it'll flake when it dries, and it tends to be kind of itchy once it dries, so bear that in mind. Stage blood's usually pretty cheap. You can buy it at Walmart pretty cheaply. This is from Walmart. It's like the 97-cent one that I just put into a eyedropper thingy that I purchased. I purchased this bottle from Hobby Lobby, but I put it in here because it's easier to use this way than it is for me in the tube. Then there's coagulated blood, which is a thicker blood, but it doesn't dry. It stays sticky. It stays wet looking. What did I just put on my face? It stays wet looking, but it won't dry. It won't be like this where I can touch it like this and nothing comes off on my hand. Coagulated blood, if you touch it, it'll come off from your skin. So that's good if you want to, give yourself a bloody nose and you want it to look dried. You can put the coagulated blood down, put theatrical blood over it so it runs a little bit, and then it'll dry, but the coagulated blood will still look wet. It'll still look like that nastiness, which is good. You would want that in some looks. But to get something like this, which is a prosthetic, if I use coagulated blood or even the stage blood, it would get everywhere. I wouldn't be able to touch this without getting blood on my hands. But this is Living Nightmare gel blood. It turns from liquid to solid in minutes. What I actually did was I accidentally bought this. I thought it was going to be like coagulated blood because it comes in a little package so you can't open it. Then I got home and I took the top off and it was like dried inside, and I was like, you can see like these dry bits up here, how it's like sticky looking. It's like, I was kind of pissed off. I was like, what the hell? It's all dried up and everything. And then I read the back of it. And it says loosen cap, place bottle into a water bath, which is basically just like a cup of hot water. Heat water on low until gel blood liquefies, and then you just apply it, and it, you know, sets and it cools. And it says it can come off with soap and water, so if you put it directly onto the face, it can wash off. It's not going to be stuck on your face forever. But you can most certainly put it on your face, peel it off, and then save that if you ever want to use that again. So this is great. This was $2.99, and I'm definitely going to go purchase a few more of these because I've only ever seen it. This is the first time I've ever seen this. So that's why I was like, oh, they're selling coagulated blood now, which they don't normally. Normally you have to purchase it offline, and it's a big hassle, so I've never bought it. But this is great if you're going to use, if you know you want to make a Halloween prosthetic. You can get this, it'll dry, it'll set, and it feels like rubbery. It feels, you know, has a weird texture. You can see the texture on it. You know, it feels nice, it feels weird, but it stays on. So I'll kind of show you. I'm not going to apply it to my face, but I'll show you how it fits on the face if you haven't seen the picture. So this one comes over. I have a little nose hole. You can kind of see that little hole right there. That's my little breathing hole. This one comes like this over there. It comes on top of the eyebrow here. And then it comes down on the neck. So you can see that's how that latex prosthetics will sit on my face if I am to reapply it with latex. So it sits like that on there. So what I could do is I could take the liquid latex, open it up, and you can see it gets dried at the top of it. So it like looks like that in there. You can apply a prosthetic with either liquid latex by taking it, applying it to the skin, letting it get tacky a little bit, and then applying it on here, putting some around the edges so it lays flat against the skin, apply some foundation, concealer, you know, blend it into the edges, and it'll look regular. It'll look like it's your skin. So that's how that one sits. Another thing you can apply it with, if I can find it, let me take my light bulb out. Here it is Spirit Gum adhesive. Now Spirit Gum is iffy. Not a huge fan of it. I don't like the smell of it, but it works. Spirit Gum is, you know, this little liquid, if I can open it, and it smells horrible. I don't even know how to describe it, but it smells horrible. You apply this, and then you let it sit for a few seconds, and then apply the prosthetic. It is harsh around the eyes. If you apply it like around here, it'll like burn your eyes. And the liquid latex on some days will do it, especially if I've put a lot of stuff around my eyes lately, which I have been because of the series. But this just burns my eye area. Like even if it's like down here, it just like, I think it's like the scent, like the fumes, like go up. I don't know. I don't like it. But if you do use it, you have to use a special Spirit Gum remover because it like sticks to your skin. I'm not a big fan of Spirit Gum, as you can tell. I do recommend taking liquid latex and reapplying a prosthetic with liquid latex. So that is the first prosthetic I use. And then the next one I'll show you is for my Joker look. These are the scars from my Joker look. If I can get them out of the bag. They are stuck to the bag, which is not good. They look like this. And for these, what I did, now let's see if I can fix it without screwing them up, because they're like flattened now, is, so there you go, you can kind of see them better now, how it's raised, is I took liquid latex, I did a thin layer of liquid latex on the edges here, and I'll put in a picture of the finished look, and I'll put in a picture of the before, and I'll also put in a picture, I also will go in, like, I can't obviously do it while I'm talking to you, but you'll see a picture of before I put the stuff on for the clown face and before I put on the stuff for the Joker face. But I put on a layer of liquid latex, layer of toilet paper, layer of liquid latex, layer of toilet paper. I did that twice. Then I took scar wax, and this is what scar wax looks like. This is in the container it comes in. I just transfer containers all the time because I find them more convenient this way. So it looks like this, and it's kind of a nasty consistency. It's like a putty. You can kind of see it on my finger right there. It's a sticky putty consistency that can be a pain in the butt to work with because it's sticky. It's hard to maneuver. It comes apart. You can kind of see. If you were ever a kid and you took glue sticks or liquid glue and you went like that and let it like harden a little, like start to dry, and you would go like that, that's kind of what scar wax tends to do, and it can be a pain in the butt when you're trying to make a tutorial. So I did the layers, and then I took the scar wax and I made, you know, like bumps and ridges that way. Then I put another layer of then I put 2 layers of I put a layer of liquid latex over it, let that dry, put another layer of liquid latex over it so that I can manipulate it now, but it won't like come off and stick to my fingers. So this one goes on, no, this one goes this way. I'm not going to pull the other one out of the bag, but it goes on that way, and it sticks, and it does that. So that is the next one I did, and that one was pretty easy. It didn't take very, very long to do that one. But the one that has taken the longest, I think, so far, I forget how long the clown one took me. That one took me quite a while, but it was pretty simple and basic. This one, it took the longest, and this is the zombie latex prosthetic. I got requested, well, not requested, but somebody suggested that I do a tutorial, like a zombie tutorial that had really creepy teeth in it. So I went out and bought these really creepy, like, demonic teeth and tried to apply them to a latex prosthetic. Didn't work out like I thought it would. It turned out pretty cool, but it's kind of really weird, too. Now, this one took me the longest because it is a full mask prosthetic. This is a specialized mask that fits only to my, I mean, I could probably manipulate it to fit just like somebody else's face, but this specifically fits my face. So it goes on, oh, it smells so horrible. It goes on like that, and then you can talk. It has teeth, it has mouth, nose holes, eye holes. It has black, ooh, you can see it on my chin. It has black zombie blood on it. It has regular blood, theatrical blood. It's basically a mess, and you can see the teeth. The teeth were applied almost the same way that I did the scars for the Joker look. Oh, it's all over my hands. Here, I have a towel right here, thankfully. I did an overall mask of liquid latex, and then you could kind of see, hold it up again, how it looks like that's opening right there, like that. That's when I said you can take it and manipulate it and like pull it back to make it look like an open wound. That's what I did with that. And I have black on my face now. That's lovely. I'm going to go out tonight and I'm not even going to realize I still have black on my face. And I'll be like, hey guys, what's going on? And they'll be like, what? Anyways, but then I took scar wax and I put some on it. Look, it's everywhere. What the heck? I took some and applied it down. I put like a layer of it down. Took the teeth, stuck them into it, took more scar wax, applied it around so it kind of like blended into the skin. Then I put some latex over it so that like it wouldn't like come up. And I let it all dry, and that is the longest tutorial that I made so far. It took me 1 hour and 15 minutes to do. But that is a sped up tutorial. Like I said in the intro video, some of the tutorials are sped up. I did that when I was sick, when I had the flu. So that one is sped up, and for the reason that, you know, I was sick and I can't talk in it, and also because it took so long, it'll be a sped up tutorial. So that is all that. So now I'm going to jump in, I'm going to switch angles, and I'm going to show you guys how to do a prosthetic on my hand. So I hope you guys have found this helpful, and I don't know if I'll film another little outro. I probably will now because I can't just like end the video. But, so, yeah, let's go ahead and do this little tutorial now. Put my mask out. Like, doesn't that look creepy as heck? Like, whoa. Whoa, man. This one smells disgusting. It smells like, I don't even know. It smells kind of like wet dog. Get all the air out. Now, when you're storing these, I recommend putting them in like a Ziploc bag. You can write on it, you can get all the air out, and it'll pretty much be, you know, protected from moisture and bugs, I guess. I need to find my roll of toilet paper so that I can do this. So, I'll move the camera angle and we'll get started. One quick thing before I start. Liquid latex wreaks havoc on your brushes. So if you're planning on doing liquid latex, I recommend you can use like a cosmetic sponge. It's a little bit difficult, a little bit more difficult than using a brush. But if you're going to use a brush, I recommend going out and buying brushes that you can use specifically for liquid latex. I have a brush here that will never be the same again, so I've designated it as my liquid latex brush. It's a beautiful brush. And I'm not really gonna cry, no. But it looks like this now. You can see it. That's like dried liquid latex on it. The brush like does not move. The only thing I could think of that would get it back to normal is if I like soaked it in paint thinner, but I don't know what it would do to the brush then. So it's basically my liquid latex brush. But that is a demonstration to all of you. I was like, oh, I can just stick it in water and it'll be okay. It didn't work. So let this be a lesson to you. Do not use one of your really good brushes. This is a Cover Effects brush. I didn't actually buy this. I got it from somebody as like a birthday present. I got like 2 brushes from them. But yeah, it's just gone. So keep that in mind when you're doing a prosthetic look. Alright, so here's my hand. This is my left hand. And here's the liquid latex. Now, here's the little latex piece that I showed you guys earlier. Now, I always put my liquid latex in like a little container so that, you know, I don't have to keep like dipping in the bottle for it. So I'm just going to pour some in there. So it looks like that. You can see it's kind of a little bit thicker than just like a regular like water consistency. And I have my toilet paper. You're gonna want to use a 1-ply, and if you only have like 2-ply toilet paper, you can just go and like rip it, like pull it apart. But this is just 1-ply. So what we're gonna do? I need my little spatula. Actually, we're just gonna. Another thing you can do if you don't have like something to like push back with is you can go out and buy like eyeshadow applicators, pull off the little sponge tip, and then just like take it, and that's what I'm going to use to show you guys. So maybe zoom you guys in a little bit. So I'm going to use a cosmetic sponge and a brush a little bit, but mainly cosmetic sponge. So we're going to take, here's the liquid latex, here's my cosmetic sponge. We're going to take it. You don't want to do this on a clean surface, clean dry surface, so that it sticks. And, you know, start applying it. Then you take it and you put it there. Now you can see where like the edges are, and you can pull it off like that. It's kind of hard to do it on your hand because then you only have like one hand to rip it off with. There you go. So you just kind of do that. So there's one layer. And then you can go, and it'll start like putting wrinkles in it. I don't know if you can see, but it adds a really awesome texture to it. It starts kind of bubbling up and making it look super creepy. And then you can like take random pieces of it like that and like fold them over, make them look really nasty looking. And you guys are going to be pretty. You're going to be like, holy crap, that's so cool. So, you can kind of see like how it's starting to, it'll make it feel really stiff though. So bear that in mind, that like it's hard to move like your hand like without it feeling like it's going to rip. Put that there. And it's not that difficult to do. Like, I know it probably looks like it. Here, I'm just gonna like rip some now. I know it probably looks like, holy crap, like that looks really hard to do, like, and you may be like, I can't do that, but it's really not that simple, or not that difficult rather. You know, when you see the finished products, you're like, holy crap, that must have taken forever. And it does, but it's just basically like a layering process. As long as you move quickly and you go and put down what you want it to look like, scrunch up the paper like you want it to look like, you can pretty much make it look like anything you want. And then I'm going to like take that one. Ah! Stuff like that does happen. You will drop your tools. And then that's the last layer I'm going to do of that. Ah, there's a hair on my sponge. And then you're just going to kind of, I like to put extra around the edges so it kind of blends down better. It looks like that. Then we're going to take this and we're just going to push the edges. You're going to like start in like the middle and tear it. And kind of push it. And you can kind of just like push that down again to look like that. So you can kind of see it's like raised now. You just kind of work it, manipulate it to look like what you want it to. Then what you can do is you can take a blow dryer to it if you want. I don't think mine's plugged in. No, it's not, so I'm not going to plug it in right now. But you can kind of see how it's raised and it looks like you have a wound. And then I'll, like, once this is dry, like, I'll speed this up now to where it's dry. And I'll, like, paint on it so you can kind of see what it looks like. And I'll add blood and I'll make it look really cool. And there's little me in the bathtub when I was younger. I was, like, a toddler in that picture, I think. So, liquid latex cleans up pretty nice on a glass surface, so it looks like that. And then that is the finished thing. I just go and I mess it up a bit and make it look super creepy, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you're looking forward to the series as much as I am. Here's one last look again. And there you go. Alright, I'll talk to y'all very soon. Bye, guys.